Thanks for locking in with 77 Flavors of Chicago. We're your hosts, Dario.
And I'm Sarah, and I hope you're ready to learn with us.
Today we're talking about the West Side Park version 2. Got some interesting stuff to tell you about. So without further ado, how y'all doing? Remember how you say that?
Without further ado.
It's the most random shit to say. How y'all doing? That's good. That's good. How you doing?
I'm good.
What's the hesitation for?
Well, because the weather was so nice, and then it was cold, and then there was a day where it was like 40, then 60, then 80, not 80, like 70.
We ain't got up to 80 yet.
I know. But I'm so ready for it to be warm. I feel like April has to be my least favorite month in terms of weather, because people say, oh, January, February has to be like the worst. No. I know what I'm getting with January, February. I feel like we just talked about this last time. But
because the weather's still on bullshit.
You know?
Damn.
Get it together.
For real, man. We ain't got time for this shit, man. Chicago was on the block the last couple of days.
Yeah.
When it was hot.
Everyone is outside.
Everybody outside. I mean, it's like, dude.
Everyone.
We ready for it. Chicago, stay ready to be.
I'm so ready.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is the question we ask all the time. Like, what's your favorite thing? Just like first 50-degree day. I guess we didn't have that already, but like first, like, summertime.
Consistent weather.
Yeah.
Consistent warm weather.
What's your mindset? What you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
I just love going on like long walks with Campbell. I love going to parks and just sitting in the park, enjoying the sun. I like being outside. I like warm sun weather, which is kind of crazy considering I live here. But Dario wants to be inside where it's air conditioned and matter of fact, close the blinds.
AC, shaded. You know what I'm saying? I want since we get that the sun now, you know, I'll let it peek through a little bit, but you know, I just want to, you know what I'm going to be. I'm about to be on my old man on that rocking chair.
I know.
Yeah.
We have a little balcony and it has 2 rocking chairs on it.
Yeah, your boy about to be
slumped.
You don't catch me bent out here on just gone.
Just head leaning forward.
Man, just done. Yeah. I'm ready for those. I'm ready for those days.
I'm trying to convince Dario to hang a hammock on the balcony.
I don't know who's gonna hang it because I'm not standing on no ladder.
Two of our friends are pretty handy, but one of our friends who has helped Dario like set up his studio is pretty handy, and I feel like if you call Anthony and you're like, I'm trying to hang a hammock, he'll do it.
You know, he might do it, but like, man,
the ceiling of the balcony isn't that high. You know what I mean?
Look,
like
it's higher than this.
He's not gonna. No, it's not.
Yes, it is. I'm looking at it right now. It's about even. It's got to be the same.
He got a ladder. But I'm not even trying to hang it on the edge of the balcony. Like
I know.
All
I'm
the
just
way
saying.
on the inside.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Y'all know what I'm on. Shit. I admit.
Dario
I'm
wants
a scaredy
to be
cat.
Inside. Nobody say nothing. Nobody. Everybody sit
play
down.
my little video games and I'm good. You know what I mean? Like.
But yeah, I feel like I like that. A lot of people ask us like, oh, how does your relationship work when you guys like work together, live together, blah, blah, all this stuff. It works because we like different things.
Yeah.
And we also like a lot of the same things.
Yeah.
So when Dario is sitting in the darkness of the cave that he's created in this household, I'm like outside sprawled on the beach.
Yep.
Like matter of fact, I actually don't suntan anymore because as I age, I'm like, I don't need that skin damage, but I like being outside.
Things might be different now that we out here. Out here.
All right, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see about that.
Yeah.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Because even as I'm saying this, I ain't believe myself fully.
Here's the thing:
I ain't commit.
The day that it was like 65 outside, you were so annoyed.
Man, it was
you
too
said,
hot.
Turn this air on. I'm like 65 degrees. We haven't even hit 80.
Y'all, it's crazy because my tolerance for like heat is
just
like
because you're old now.
No, it's always been like that. I mean, here's the thing.
No, it's gotten worse over the years.
Yeah, it has been. But like, I could deal with the heat. Because you know, the way I look at just life, man, I ain't gonna keep bitching about shit, man. Let's just fucking if you gotta do something, just go ahead and do it. It's stupid, but like I'd be able to survive, and you ain't gonna lose no energy out of me, like sports activity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna give you the energy. I ain't gonna like it, but
you're
wintertime,
know that you're not like
wintertime, I can deal with it. The cold is man.
Your favorite is like September, October.
Man, look, slight jacket,
yeah.
You know, like
a little
the breeze,
jacket,
little chill in the air. Yeah.
That's it. You thrive in those 60 days.
Sure do.
The rest of the year, you're bitching and complaining. Nonstop.
I do. Don't let me get in the car.
Oh my God! Don't
Combine the
let
car with
And if you act like you wake up and it's 40, you put on a sweater, then you get in the car later in the day and it's 70.
and I'm hot as hell.
No,
I'm mad.
Nobody's safe.
Nope. Nobody's safe. And
Everyone's getting cussed
and
out.
1994 already in my head. No. I don't know what's going. I don't know what's going. How we gonna live this year?
I mean, I'm
This is
good.
gonna be the first summer with the studio, so now I got to travel to it. Man, I'm gonna have to go up to the studio an hour earlier than I normally go up. Pray, get my mind right, and then go with the shoot because I'm up. This shit's ridiculous.
You're already counting yourself out, huh?
You know, I don't want to count myself out, but
You said, but I know myself.
but I know,
Aware.
but I know what time it is.
Yeah,
What's going on with this thing? There it is. It feels like this ain't bending down enough.
that's what she said.
There it is. There it is. Bend it over for me.
Gotta bend down.
Damn, that's
a little bit
crazy.
Better.
That's crazy. Anyway,
The angles ain't right.
you wild.
You were like, this shit is it bent the other direction?
Damn. All right. Y'all ready to talk about this? This is interesting, but ain't gonna be long. But
I like these. I honestly like the length of our current episodes. I
Yeah.
know some people like an hour-long episode. I get it.
yeah, I like the bullshit. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you learning something, but you like to hear us. You know.
Well, they also like a longer episode. Like when I listen to a
I
podcast,
got you. So it ain't about.
I like 45 minutes because usually I'll take it on a walk, you know,
I got you. So the
or I'm
sweet spot.
commuting or something.
Yeah.
I think for me personally, I like a 45-minute episode.
I could understand that the sweet spot for you to do something is you need something to be long enough to get you through your activity,
Correct.
but also, you know, not too short.
long.
Yeah, not too long because like,
Yeah.
although I don't know what it is, but look, I'm gonna speak to the black people right now doing podcasts. We don't need no 2-hour, 3-hour podcast, man. Like
No, those I can't do.
I do them, but it
can't do.
take days to listen to. Look at this
Nope.
dog. This dog just come in here and rearrange furniture.
No, I moved the cushion.
Oh, but yeah,
No, I can't do 2-3 hours. That's too much. 45 minutes. Plus, that is, I think that's like the attention span of like the average person.
Yeah, I
It's
don't-
like after 45 minutes, you need like to take a break to reset.
Well, my people be getting on this podcast on behind this mic and be on there for 4 hours. God,
A lot
dang.
of people do like 2-3 hour. I'm like, who is? First of all, split it into 2 episodes. Give me 2 episodes over 2 weeks.
Shit,
Like,
Shannon Sharp do. See, he going through it, but he do hour and a half, 2-part episode.
That's insane.
man. So really,
What
it's
is your shoot day like?
I
What are
mean-
you recording for 6 hours to get 3 hours of content? Like,
sometimes the conversation be good, but sometimes it just be repeating itself. Like in the conversation, like they be dragging on conversation too long, little long pauses and talking.
but here's the thing: is
Why are we talking
you
about other
get you get paid when you're doing a podcast? A lot of the times, depending on your distributor, you're either being paid per spin or per hour. So like when you're running,
So
an
you
ad,
said they be taking their time.
when you're running an ad and you have like, let's say he runs 5 ads in an episode.
That man, they run 5 ads back
At a
to back
time.
to back to back. Yeah.
So like, and he takes like what 3 or 4 ad breaks.
Yeah, it's something like that.
That's a lot of
a lot
fucking.
of
You know what I mean?
Bullshit
So,
time, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the podcast ain't 3 hours,
Probably. I mean, it's probably like
2 hours,
2.5.
2.5.
maybe.
Yeah, 2.5 hours.
I skip through. I get your money, but I'm skipping these ads.
yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
30. Yeah.
Yeah.
30.
But get your money. I'm not mad
yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
Go ahead. You got to pay
Yeah.
the bills. Shit.
Right.
Um,
These lawyers.
Yeah, you better hurry sign a $100 million contract.
Damn.
Shit, get your money. Well, Gabby take it.
Damn.
Hey,
No.
we so reason why we talking about the Chicago Cubs and the West Side Park. Damn, I kind of gave it away. It's in the title. Is because the 29th, April 29th is the Chicago Cubs
April
birthday.
29th.
birthday. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Cubs.
Happy birthday, Cubbies.
Hope you would fuck with us, but you know, it's neither here nor there.
Right.
It is what it is.
We'll tell the history regardless of how y'all feel about it. Regardless. Shout out to the Sox. Y'all, so let's talk about the West Side Park because like this is very interesting. I feel like a lot of people know most all the time we talk about history. You know the crust level shit, but like let's get into it because there's some interesting things that we need to think about here.
Yeah.
So the West Side Park was a park that was built, and this is the second version. So I'm only talking about the second version just to give you that frame of reference.
Right.
The first one was built even earlier than this one, and it hosted Cubs. The Cubs franchise their team when it was the White Stockings and things like that.
Is this the one that was in the medical district?
So let's talk about it. Built in 1888, and it was actually for I think like the Garden Athletic Club or something like that, and then other activities. Ford at the time, and then a few years later, May and June of 1893, the Chicago Colts played there. Now, if 1893 ring a bell,
World's Fair.
World's Fair. So that means the Cubs were playing on the west side during the World's Fair. And World's Fair, fun fact, started May 1st. So shout out to the World's Fair.
You know, remember I told you there's a content creator that I like that she does a lot of like thrifting content, which if you know me, I love a good thrift. But she is doing like May 1st baskets. And remember we talked about like, is that a thing that you celebrate? She's from Nebraska, I think. And they do like May Day baskets or something.
They don't know what the fuck going on out there.
But
they out of touch with shit.
No.
I ain't never celebrated with a basket.
Yeah, she does. They put like flowers and like baked goods in it.
Tripping.
It's not like the negative one. Like it's supposed to be like a pot. Like it's supposed to be like the beginning of summer or something. Which I've never heard of that. I always thought that was like a word for like distress.
Yeah, it is. But May Day is also May Day because of labor laws, y'all. Shout out to labor law. May actually had a lot of things when you think about May Day, May 1st.
Has a ton.
That was the World's Fair started.
Yeah.
The Chicago Colts, Cults, started.
Isn't there a team still called Colts?
Yeah, football.
Oh.
Now,
oops.
Yeah. Now, they played on the west side during the week. Check this out. And then they played in the South Side Park during the week. I'm sorry. Weekend on the west side, weekday on the South Side. So the Colts played on the South Side.
And the White Stockings existed already?
White Stockings existed, yeah. White Stockings was, yes, they were, the Chicago White Sox version of the White Stockings, because it gets confusing. You know what I mean? Like, but yes, they played in the stadium. So that means during the World's Fair, you could be on the South Side and see the Cubs and the Sox play in the same ballpark.
Wow,
crazy. Now the location of it was the medical district. You gave that one away early.
Oh, sorry.
And if you listen to CityCast coming soon, they'll talk about it
out on Wednesday.
Yeah, they'll be talking about it. Yeah, they'll be talking about it. Also, I dropped that knowledge there. But they played in the Illinois Medical District. Here's the dimension, like literally where Cook County was. Cook County Hospital was in the background of the the bleachers. Yeah, you could see it.
It was already there?
It was already there. Now,
wow.
Yeah, now the dimensions of the park. Listen to this, y'all. This shit is crazy. 340 feet down the line, so left and right field were 340 feet from home plate to the wall. Is that
the same as it is now?
No. I mean, it's 315 down right now, and then I think it's like 340 something down left field. Now center field, y'all, this is crazy to me. Center field was 560 feet. 560 feet to center field. For frame of reference.
Yes, please.
The longest home run hit, I think, this year so far is 450 feet. So 120 more feet was to center field was the home run.
So what does that mean, though? Explain it to me.
Center field, from home plate to center field wall is 550 feet.
Oh. So it was bigger than it is now.
Yes, which is crazy.
100 some feet.
Well, right now I think it's 408 in center field now at Wrigley Field now.
Damn.
So
are all fields the same size?
No, they are different.
Damn.
They are different.
So that means your chances of hitting a home run in one field could be very different than another?
Yes, you got it. You picked up on that? Yeah.
That's not fair.
I mean, it's the baseball. That's another conversation. That's just how baseball stadiums perform. Now, here's interesting enough that you say that, though. One player hit 4 home runs in this stadium.
Was
Not
he on
necessarily the
drugs?
center field. Not necessarily the center field. Probably down the line. But it's the only time, I think it's one of the few
Wow.
times that it's happened in baseball history.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Now, kind of to sum up a little bit this middle section right here, lots of renovations happen, and things happen. So the Colts were getting good, right? And people were coming to see them. Obviously, World's Fair had a little bit to do with it. A lot of entertainment going on down there. So they had to keep building stands to fit the people, fit capacity. I think at the time it only held like 6,000 or so, something like that. So they kept having to expand. In the meantime, 1906, Cubs versus Sox, first time Cubs versus Sox ever had.
Were they Cubs and Sox at this point?
No,
Okay.
they were, yeah. But them, the Chicago teams played each other, and Sox won that one. And then, the Sox won. And 1907 and 1908, the Cubs won the World Series.
Wow.
Yeah, fun fact. Yeah, that Chicago fans know that history.
No, I'm just saying, like they went back and forth, like 1 year, one.
Yeah. So Chicago was on top of the world. Yeah. Matter of fact, fun fact, y'all. Did you know that the Chicago Cubs are the first team to win back-to-back championships?
Really?
Yeah, in World Series.
Wow.
Yeah. So go ahead. This is one time for the Cubs. They were the Colts back then, but whatever.
Yeah.
Now the success of that, right? So now you got championships, you got renovation, the stadium is popping, right? They just outgrew. They outgrew the stadium, right?
Yeah.
Like they had to build more. They had to do more seating. Then they were advertising. So they had big billboards up. And so the stadium got cramped, okay? And it made it hard for, the experience just wasn't there.
Yeah.
In the meantime, 1914, that brings us right around 1914, there was the Federal League started. Now, the Federal League was a third league. So we had the American and the National League, right? And the Federal League was a league that started up. It only had 8 teams, and the thought process was the leader of that, the founder of that was like, hey, we're going to put baseball teams in 8 teams in the cities that baseball is already at. So basically, we trying to come directly for y'all competition, right? And in that, the Chicago Cubs, the Chicago Federal team had a team called the Chicago Whales. Whales, yeah, like the whale. And they were started by Charles Wiggum. And he built basically a new park for them, right? Because they outgrew. So he built a new park he had to build his own park for his own team. Not they.
Right.
Yeah.
So now Chicago would have had 3 teams.
3 teams.
Gotcha.
So by 1914-15, you had the Chicago Sox. I'm going to just use today's. Chicago Sox, the Cubs, and the Whales. Okay. And the Whales played at Wiggum Park. Now, they only lasted 1 year. The whole league, Federal League, only lasted 1 year.
Wow.
Yeah. And so they were like, all right, this ain't going to work, right? So that the Chicago Whales, gone. Yeah. Okay. But Charles Wiggum was given permission to buy the Chicago Cubs.
Wow.
They're the Cubs at this time now. 1914-ish. They're the Cubs. So he was given permission to buy the Cubs. So he bought the Cubs. But since the Cubs played at West Side Park, he said, nah, we're not doing that because that's cramped. So we going to bring you to Wiggum. To Wiggum.
The new field stadium
that he built for the Whales. Yeah. So he brought them there. And
then he started charging $12 for a hot dog.
Basically. You know what I'm saying? Basically.
Said, build these bars around this neighborhood.
Yeah. And what's funny is I'm summing this up real quick because I'm almost done here. But basically, he did that. And he couldn't really, I don't know if he couldn't sustain or if he just didn't want to sustain or if, money was the issue or what have you. Nonetheless, he had the team all the way until 1921 where...
so not long at all.
Not long at all. So he only had like 6 years.
Wow.
Where he sold it to William Wrigley Jr., the chewing gum person. And
we really should do a Wrigley episode.
We should. Wrigley Plant, I believe, is out in Yorkville. So
we're not driving all over.
Yeah. So yeah, he bought it in 1921, William Wrigley Jr. And from 1921 to 26, it was called Cubs Park. And then 27 to now, Wrigley Field.
Oh.
There you go.
Do you know where the name Cubs came from?
No.
I'm so
actually, yes. I saw this and I want to say I'm like 99% correct on this. Basically, the Chicago Cubs are named the Chicago Cubs because at that time they wanted to pay homage to the Chicago Bears.
Oh, I think I've heard that.
Yes,
actually.
I think I talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah, you're right.
I think I brought it because George Halas was the owner. He is part owner of like the Cubs. Remember the Bears played in Wrigley Field,
right?
And so I believe the Cubs paid homage to the Bears, and so they were called the Cubs.
Yeah. What's your favorite Cubs logo?
The bear, the walking.
I love that one too. I love the little cub too, the one that's on all fours.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The all four.
Oh yeah,
the one.
But there's the bear that's standing. That one's also
that was cool. Yeah, that's
he's doing different shit.
That's cool, but I think I just like the Cubs logo, the one with the circular C.
That one is iconic. Actually,
it is. For me, it's that one. It's the walking bear, and then the actual Cubs logo. Yeah, probably 1A, 1B.
Is that the Cub face?
No, the Cubs logo, the C with Cubs in the middle.
Right, that's a good one. I feel like there's a lot of sports teams with C as their logo that are only slightly different. I know you can tell the difference if you see all of them next to each other.
Colors, that's it.
Right, but like, I just feel like
Chicago.
What is it the Cardinals that has like the kind of Art Deco-y C? It's kind of the C that has like a little. It goes.
No. You're thinking about that's the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah,
Chicago Bears. That's what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
Chicago Bears, the Cincinnati Reds have the same C.
Right.
The Chicago Bears, the Chicago. Who is it? The Giant. What is it? San Francisco and Green Bay have almost a very similar logo.
Yeah.
Teams. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. The letters just feel like. I feel like like the Bears ones. I like the non-letter logo a lot, like the actual bear. But
the bear is hard. That go hard.
Yeah,
that's
it's actually fire.
That is. They need to.
And the colorway.
Remember, was it 2 years ago when the mishap? They thought the Bears were going to change the primary logo.
Yep.
And everybody was like, "Oh shit, the primary logo of the Bears changed," and they were like, "No,
no,
we were just giving it to the
second.
networks, so that the networks can use the logo."
Yeah, for sure. I think the only thing my least favorite thing about the Cubs when it comes to the other like Chicago sports team is the mascot. I feel like the Cubs have the least.
The weak.
Yeah, he's just like he feels childish to me.
Well, the lovable Cubs. I mean the Cubbies.
No,
you know what I mean?
He feels childish in comparison with like Benny.
I feel
and Southpaw,
but here's the thing:
they're all like rowdy as hell.
But here's the thing: like, you could be so he could be a little bit nicer. But think about it. I kind of get it, right? They're the Cubbies, so Cubby is a bit softer, But also the friendly confines is the name of that's what the nickname.
He's super friendly.
Yeah, so you can't have a.
But he's also not memorable.
I mean, not when you got Benny the Bull.
But I've never met him.
Tommy Hawk acting a fool.
Right, Tommy.
The Southpaw.
Southpaw is
wild. He be footworking and shit. No. Between him and Benny the Bull is the wildest.
Benny is the wildest.
Benny is wild.
And actually the best.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest. I'm sorry. It's like one of the best mascots in sports, period.
I owe Southpaw a drink. y'all I legit owe him a drink.
No, actually.
Yeah, we shook on it and it's on camera too.
Yeah.
So
he one time we were on the field and he stole my camera.
Yeah.
Ran around with it. I was like, okay. I put it in the reel. I was like,
Southpaw is that dude.
Southpaw is fun.
I want to hang out with Tommy Hawk. Tommy Hawk seemed cool too. I just ain't seen him a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like he cool, but he be more laid back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like those two. Yeah, that's right. The two favorite ones are
Yeah, Vinny is iconic.
Yeah.
Anytime he throws up, I'm like, one day I want to sit in that section so I can get popcorn.
Get popcorned. I only been popcorned once. Actually, it happened behind me. And I caught like, damn. Anyway, I'm done talking, y'all. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyway, end the shit.
You know what? This is a supportive podcast. No matter what, where you are in the world, just know this podcast. We love you. It's a safe space for you.
Yes, sir.
Yep. But yeah, this was cool. I feel like there's so much more to the Cubs history. I feel like this was a good starting episode.
Yeah.
That we could just like, go
down the rabbit hole.
Surface history, but I want to dig into a lot of the other pieces of.
There's a lot.
Yeah, there's a ton, and I feel like we did. This is the first sports team. This is the first sports team we did, right? We haven't done any other sports team episodes like specifically that are current. Like we haven't done Bears. We haven't done.
I guess,
Yeah, we haven't done any of the other ones.
I guess, yeah. Damn, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, this was the first one.
Wow. And it was.
I mean, we've done other ones, the ones that don't exist anymore, or the ones that have left the city, but we've never done a current team.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Okay. Cool.
Great. Well, if you enjoyed this episode, please send it to someone you love. Check out our Instagram. There's a lot of great content on there. It's different than the podcast, so you'll enjoy it. It's little short reels for your short-ass attention span. No, you probably have a long attention span. You listen to a podcast.
Roasting the people that ain't
No.
Can't even roast back.
No, they can.
They can't be in a DM.
Yeah, go ahead, DM us, or there's an option to message us on wherever platform you're listening.
Yeah, fan mail.
You can do that and tell me to shut the fuck up. But if you did enjoy this episode, send it to someone you love. If you did not enjoy this episode, that's okay. I mean, we'll
try again next week.
Yeah, we'll try again next week. We'll give you something different. Or check back Thursday for a throwback. Maybe it's an episode you already love and you're passionate about. We'll see you then. Peace. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode, and we hope you loved it.
And if you could, please follow us on social media at 77 Flavors Shy on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter.
If you have any ideas or deep dives that you'd love us to do, please contact us at media@77flavorsshy. That's the number 77 flavors and shy for Chicago.com.
If you like visuals, please subscribe and follow and watch us on our YouTube channel at the same thing, 77 Flavors Shy, or search 77 Flavors of Chicago.
If you would like to support us monetarily, go ahead and click that Buzzsprout link in the description of this episode.
And as always, we gonna see you next week. Peace.